So what is your best month GMV so far on TikTok Shop, like since you've been doing it?
Since starting TikTok Shop over 2 years ago, my best month GMV is around 185K GMV, and I took home with my other retainers 65,000 in profit in 30 days.
$65,000 profit in one single month. Yo, what's up, guys? Appreciate you guys tuning in. We have another special guest today. What's your name, man?
My name's Mason Lewis. 22 years old.
22.
Just recently graduated college, and now we're here.
Now we're here. 22 years old. The guy I had on yesterday was 22. We're all 22. I just turned 22 too as well. What made you start doing content? Like, how old were you when you started doing this?
I was 19 years old, so 3 years ago when I started. And I started just because I saw videos on TikTok of organic drop shippers saying they're making 100K a month. And I always knew I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. And that was really the beginning of it. I've been making content before TikTok Shop was on the platform, doing content for brands, getting paid with retainers and all that. And I just really wanted to set myself up before I graduated college.
That's crazy. So, like, when you started doing it, how long did it start taking you to actually making money online? Like, how long was that window before you started actually seeing results?
It took over 4 months to make my first single dollar online in the space. I tested over 7 different drop shipping products, went through probably 10 plus accounts to find my one winner that made me my first dollar online. And that was this plastic water bottle. You could pull up my accounts. I've done tens of millions of views on that. It was this little water bottle with a basketball. I called it the basket bottle. And I hit a video with 15 million views, organic drop shipping. And that's when I made my first sale.
And, like, it's the ones that, like, shoot the little balls in the hoop. Is one of those?
Yeah, you've probably seen the video. You might have seen mine.
I've seen those before. That's crazy. Did you start 2023 TikTok Shop, or did you do a little bit later?
I did. I started in around November. It was during my winter break from college. And at that time, you didn't need 5,000 followers. So I just cooked up an account with 0 followers. My first day posting a TikTok Shop video, I woke up that next morning to over $400 in sales.
That's crazy.
Mind blown to me.
That's wild. Once you get that first taste, bro, it's so hard to go back. So what is your best month GMV so far on TikTok Shop, like since you've been doing it?
Since starting TikTok Shop over 2 years ago, my best month GMV is around 185K GMV. And I took home with my other retainers 65,000 in profit in 30 days.
$65,000 profit in one single month, guys. And was that mainly off one video? Or was that like multiple?
Between probably 4 videos.
4 videos? That's crazy. So over $10,000 per video, though. That's actually wild. And a lot of people watching this really don't understand that it could literally take one video to change your life. And I think a lot of people get discouraged early on. Like, they'll start posting and they don't have a video hit in the first 100 videos. Sometimes it's 1 out of every 1,000 videos. Like, video, especially nowadays, having that video hit is literally 1 out of 1,000, maybe even 1 out of 2,000. But if you keep going, you're gonna have that video hit, and it's gonna enter your bank account, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't even feel
exactly,
it doesn't even feel real, bro. It's some different shit. But yeah, that's crazy. 65K in a month. So how many times a day were you posting back then whenever you were like really locked into TikTok Shop?
When I was making the most amount of money, which was the 65K month, and then 15K, 20K months after that, I was only posting 1 to 2 videos a day because they were so well thought out and high quality. I wasn't focused on mass posting because with that content style that was working during that time, which was green screen conspiracy, it was very well thought out. I was scripting everything, so I'd only do 1 to 2 videos a day.
And those take, like, how long would that take to edit normally?
25 minutes max
per video. So you do like, and how long the filming and scripting? Like, how many hours a day were you working just on like the affiliate side of things?
On the affiliate side of things, 3 hours a day max.
Yeah, a lot of people think you got to be doing this like all day long, full time. Dude, I've been doing this for 2 years full time, and like really 4 or 5 hours a day is like the most. That's like a long day of me filming and editing, you know what I mean? And you know, a lot of affiliate, for me, I really suck at procrastinating, so I'll like film, take a break, film, take a break. So like it'll be throughout the day, but like if you really just sit there and get your work done and you're good at that, you can knock it out in like 3 hours and get plenty enough videos done for the day and start making serious money. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Have you put people on that have like not really done it? Like if there's been people in your life that
100%. When I was in college, there were people around me asking what I was doing. I didn't really tell anyone around me that I made $65K a month, other than 2 people. I was very quiet about it because I know it would throw me off my path. I get distracted, my ego could inflate. So the people that did see my videos and reached out to me, none of them really took action. They couldn't follow through. And it just goes back to saying, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Like, since you started, have you heard if like any of your hometown people like shit talk to you? Have you like heard any like drama about that?
100%. They did it to my face.
For real?
I was in a fraternity at my school here in Mizzou, and sophomore year of college, I just started making TikTok videos before TikTok Shop for other brands. And this kid walks up, we're eating lunch with the whole frat. There's probably a table of 10 people.
Yeah.
He pulls up his phone and shows one of my videos. That's me talking on my personal brand, like how to make 10K a month. And he says in front of the table, like, what are you, a scammer? It's like, are you trying to scam people? And like everyone around's like, what the fuck is this? Like, what are you doing? And my face turned bright red. I was blushing and I was like shaking because I had no money yet. I was dead broke. And I remember going home just so angry, and I had like this feeling of wanting to get revenge. But I took that instead and used it as fuel and motivation and invested that back in myself. And that was one experience I had.
So he tried to pretty much clown you in front of your friend group, just kind of like, that's crazy. That's a lot of people watching this. When you first start out on your like social media journey, people are definitely going to clown you, your friends, your family. Everybody's going to be like wondering what the hell you're doing. Why are you posting yourself out here like this? Why are you doing this? You're not going to make any money. And you just got to learn how to block out the hate, block out the noise, and just put your head down and like put the work in. Because yeah, this shit might be cringy, this might not be normal, this might be, but like if you're too worried about what other people think about you, then you are not going to go very far in life, and you can't let other 100%. People dictate, you know, or have control of you. But you have to have complete control of every aspect of your life. Now that you've made this money online, how much differently has your life changed, like since you started making it? Because I know for me, when I had my first like $10,000 month, like it was like my eyes were just open up to like this new world of like online money. Before that, I was working, you know, construction, I had serving jobs, and you know, I just was like, you know, $2,000 was a lot of money to me back then. Like if I had $2,000 in my bank account, I was chilling. All that then to making $10,000 in a single month, like how did it change your mindset on money?
Well, first of all, in college, I felt like a multi-millionaire because all the students there, you know, probably have $500, $1,000 in their bank account.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just a huge weight off my shoulders because I had college debt, not that much debt, but I could just, you know, release some air, and all that stress just came off my shoulders because I could deal with the problems I had that I wouldn't have been able to deal with because of a lack of money and resources. So the number one thing it did for me hitting my first 10K month, 30K month, 65K month was buy back my time and buy back my mental freedom, because I was able to pay off my college debt. I was able to give money to my parents, was able to take trips, study abroad. I would have never in my life been able to do these things if I didn't start posting videos.
A lot of you guys watching this probably haven't had your first taste of online money, but the amount of stress that comes off your shoulders, just being able to, you know, pay your bills, being able to just get that extra scoop of guacamole at Chipotle without having to stress about, oh, it's $2 more, just stuff like that, little stuff like that. Like when I used to get gas, I would put like $5 to $10 in, and then I would just like, you know, make that last. Now I don't have to look at, filling up my tank all the way. It's just little stuff like that you don't have to think about anymore. You don't have to stress about anymore. That just makes it low-key kind of worth it. And going off that question, has making this money also put more stress on your life?
For sure. It's added more responsibility, which can bring you more stress. But I think stress is actually a good thing if you can manage it properly and use that stress to build for your future life. That's really the only problem I'd say having more money has added to me is stress, because I have to work more, and also other people know you have money. So it brings out people's true colors. When people find out you're making money, you really see how they treat you, and you can see if they had your back from day one. Because if they were talking down on you before you had money and they switch up when you have money, it makes it harder to trust people. So it has to make you have to become more reserved when you make more money in some way.
I think also it kind of puts, like, you kind of have to live up to the reputation, or like live up to, like, if you've had like that crazy 60K month, I've had a couple good months, you kind of have to like feel like you have to keep living up to that and like live up to people's expectations. Because like if you're talking about it online, I feel like imposter syndrome is what a lot of people deal with.
For sure.
Like you'll have like crazy months, especially me. I had a 70K month in July profit, and dude, the next month was like 20K, and then it's like 20K. So like it's like down as fuck. And 20K a month would have changed my life back in the day. Like that's insane. So I'm not complaining, I'm not sad about it, but it's like when you've had that high, 20K even feels low. But even when it's not low at all, like that's life-changing money for a lot of people. And it's like, you know what I mean? Have you experienced something similar?
100%. Your brain adapts so fast to the increase in money that you don't realize that literally a month before your big month, that you were to be happy with 10K a month, even 5K a month. And then you hit a big month like 65, and in your mind you think, oh, this is the new normal. And you just completely forget about the past. I've seen that happen with so many people. I've seen creators hit 100K months. Next month they make $1,000. I've seen it so many times. And the key to that is just staying grateful for how much you're making now, and just put things into perspective and just zoom out. I feel like most affiliates look at their income from a month-to-month basis, but really wealthy people, they think in decades. They're not thinking about their income from last month to this month. They're thinking in 3 months, 6 months, years, decades. So zooming out has helped me a ton. But to answer your question, yes, I've dealt with that imposter syndrome. I try not to talk about as much as possible when I go live. I don't show my screenshot of my old GMV because like the game changes so fast. I try to just it's corny.
I've seen so many affiliates sitting there on live just trying to push people to it, and like they'll have like the date cropped out, but like you can tell it's from like early 2024. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen that probably 100 times, 100 different people, and you've been in it as longer than I have. And what do you think about just seeing all these affiliates come and go? Because I've seen so many affiliates rise and fall since I've started doing this.
1000%. I've seen several creators make close to $1 million profit, and they just stop creating content and they crash out. And it could be self-sabotaging. It could be they have personal issues in their life. But yes, I've seen multiple times top creators who have done 50K, 100K profit months, they just stop posting. They start coasting, or they switch. And I've fallen victim to this myself, but I'd say the number one most important thing is continue to keep providing value and show up and do your best work every single day. And regardless of the direction you go, you'll be taken care of by the universe or whatever you believe in.
What do you think about brand deals? Do you think every affiliate should be doing them? Is that something that you focused on like the whole time you've been doing that? Or so what's your opinion on them overall?
When I made the most amount of money in my life, 65K in 1 month, I had 0 brand deals, and I was on the open rate commission. And for me, I believe brand deals are targeted more towards beginners that want to have that safety net of income. You know, nowadays you can get up to 10, 20, 30K a month in retainers.
Yeah.
Brands are willing to pay that. So what I would say is retainers are great, but you're going to make the majority of your money from commission and from people buying off your link. So I would say retainers for me restricted my creativity. I thought if I had to post one video a day for 30 days and I didn't have an idea that day, I'm like, what do I do? I start freaking out. And having no retainers, having that freedom that every affiliate has made me be more creative and had my most viral videos when I was an affiliate.
I really couldn't agree more, because a lot of people, and I see a lot of affiliates like pushing and just talking about, if you're not doing retainers, you're not really doing TikTok shop right, you're not making enough money, and like their best month will be like 10K, and you can just kind of tell why. I've probably done 2 retainers in the past 2 years that I've been doing this, and they were in the first like month and a half of me doing TikTok shop, and I took on 2 of them. They were like $1,500 each, so it was like 3K that month, and this was my second month ever doing TikTok shop, by the way. So like I really didn't know what I was doing too much, so I did the retainers. I just hated not having like the creative freedom. They wanted like a specific type of content pushed out. So after that, I never did a retainer. I have not done one this year. It's been over a year and a half since I've done a retainer, and all my craziest months that I've ever had were not retainers. I've gotten bonuses from like commission that I've generated, but I've never had to like post a certain amount of videos to like make a certain amount of money. Jackson Skates, the skates guy.
Yeah.
I met him in Miami. Dude was pretty cool. He just had like a 250K profit month last month. I don't know if you saw that, but apparently
I did. Crazy.
90K of that was retainers. $90,000 of that in a month. That's the highest I've ever heard personally from somebody making retainers. So like, I guess if you think you can balance your creativity and also like managing, getting the videos out and getting them out on time and making sure they're still high quality, I think do it. What do you think an affiliate now, like what's the best strategy if they really want to stay on top of the 2025 TikTok shop?
In my mind, I don't think there's a better opportunity than right now if you adapt. These creators that are falling off and they're not making money like they used to, they're either one, trying to push the same content that they were doing before, which clearly isn't working, or 2, they're just spending all this time complaining, saying TikTok shop's dead, this is dead, no one's making money. For me, I like to think like where your attention flows, energy goes. There's still hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of affiliates making 20, 30, 50, 100K month profit. And I don't like to pay attention to any of that. I don't put my focus on that. So what I do, I always say success leaves clues. Tony Robbins always says that. What you want to do to be the best affiliate and still make money, model the best creator right now who's currently printing, see what they're doing that you're not doing, and imitate that in your own unique personal way. People are still making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on TikTok shop. The business model is not dead. People complaining are just not adapting. So my answer is simply adapt.
Did you ever get into the live streaming?
I was back in 2024. My best live stream for a product was 2K GMV. I was doing faceless supplements. It was crazy how quick I made that money. But for me, it's not my thing. I like being in the videos, and you could burn out, and I feel like I'm like working a 9 to 5 doing those lives personally.
That's exactly. I tried it a couple of times too. I felt the same way. It felt like a job. It felt like I was saying the same shit over and over again, and yeah, I made like $400 I think profit in like 2 hours, which was like crazy. But I was just like, I'd rather just make the videos. The making videos is something I think I could sustainably do longer. The live streaming, I don't know. I don't understand how these guys are doing it.
The secret though, here's the sauce. If you have a viral TikTok shop video, you should be going live, because there's a subset of people that are going to see that viral video that aren't going to buy the first time. And if you go live on that product that week, it's going to push out your video way more. All the viewers that didn't buy yet you can convert them with the live flash sales, and you can sell the bottom of funnel off bottom of funnel on the lives and make an easy extra 15-20,000 profit. So whenever you have a viral video, I'm going to start doing this, is go live for that product, and it will boost your video like crazy, and you'll make way more money.
That's pretty interesting. I really haven't heard many people talk about that. It definitely makes sense. So like you're pretty much just catching. I think I've heard a quote. It takes 7 times on average for somebody to see a product to buy it. Like that's kind of like the average. So like they might have seen your video 5-6 times, you know what I mean? But you're on the live stream, that's the 7th time they've seen it on average, you know what I mean? That's what it takes for them to convert. So that's pretty interesting. But you just mentioned bottom of funnel. What's your opinion on that? Like what do you think about the bottom of funnel drama that's been going on TikTok for the past like year?
I'll be completely honest, I kind of tune a lot of that out. I don't pay attention to all this TikTok drama. I've seen some of it, where like the buy now get one free. I remember the phase with the bottom of funnel. It's really. Do you mean what do I think of it as a whole?
Yeah,
or
like
just
what's
like
your
the drama
opinion
around it?
just on the videos? What's your opinion on that as a content creator?
Yeah. One of my friends, Eric, he always makes videos on it. I think it's funny, and I've seen people print with it. Like, what's the one kid's name who did like 100K profit month, posting 25?
Krista or
like Krista method or something.
Guy.
I think it can be a cope out for some creators. They're just so lazy and they want to only do bottom of funnel videos. But it's really just the buying cycle. Like, if you have a viral video, you can do bottom of funnel then. But if you're spending all day just saying buy now get one free, buy now get one free, you're not learning any valuable marketing skills. You're wasting your time, and you're gonna make way less money than the creators making high quality middle of funnel and top of funnel content. But you should do all 3 though. It's important to incorporate all 3.
So since you've made all this money online, did you grow up with money like before you started making money online?
Definitely. No, I come from a middle class family. We did not grow up with a lot of money. Yeah, I'll just say that.
Yeah, same position here. I feel like a lot of people that start making money online, it comes from a place of like wanting to have something that you never had growing up. You know, I always lived in like shitty apartments, and like, you know, we drove like shitty cars, and my dad worked very hard. Like, he was a hard-working man, but he just grew up in a different time where like he didn't see the opportunities that we have now. So now that you've made this money and you've had the opportunity to experience this, has making this made you any happier than you were before? Like, do you feel the same, like, just overall?
It's a good question. It hasn't necessarily changed my level of happiness. All making more money has done for me is amplify what I already was. I was already happy, grateful, living a great life before I had money. I had 2 loving parents, older brother, had an incredible childhood without a lot of money. So once I got this money, it's all the money did was amplify who I already was as a person, which was make me more happy, make me more giving with my money, and just make me more grateful. However, if you're someone who always feels like you need more, you weren't happy before you had money, I promise you, once you get the money, all it's going to do is amplify who you already were as a person, and it's not going to change who you are.
Yeah, I like that. Money's an amplifier. I think I've heard that quote before, and it's kind of what you said.
It's true.
Yeah, I feel like it can be a gift or a curse. On my end, it's low-key more of a curse for me, because I feel like now I'm never going to be satisfied with the amount of money that I'm making. You know what I mean? Now that I'm on this, like, it's like a roller coaster of just trying to get more and more money. And it's like, now that I've started, I really don't know how to get off. You know, do you kind of like understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like, where does it end? Is there going to be a point where this is like, all right, I've made enough? It's got to end at a certain point, or do you just spend the rest of your life just kind of like chasing the next shiny thing? I don't know.
Yeah. I read from the book Psychology of Money. You need to know what is your enough. Like, when is there a point for you that is enough? And you need to have a number, a goal in mind, whether that's financial, relationship wise. I have a number personally that's, I know it's enough. So for me, it's not about staying on the treadmill. It's about getting to that point and then being content with what you already have. I I believe you should always strive for more, and the fulfillment and success you get doesn't come from the money. It comes from the progress. So that's why you see like people sell their company and they become depressed after, because their whole identities was wrapped around building a company, and that's why they start more companies and they stay on this hamster wheel. But I think if you are just continuously making progress in whatever endeavors in your life, you're not going to fall into that trap, whether that's financial, joining like a club, playing a sport. That's all you need.
I like that, man. Well, it was really nice having you on, bro. This is a good ass talk. I feel like there's a lot of value that somebody watching this video, they could get 100%, especially if you're like beginning, starting your journey online is like trying to make money. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Do you have anything else you want to say to the people?
Last words of advice is, if I was able to see success based on everything I've gone through, the person across the screen watching this it's 100% possible for you too. I should not be where I am right now. And if you feel like you're moving backwards, not making any progress, just know you're one video, one decision away from a completely different life, and start living in that mindset, and your life will change a lot sooner than you expect.
That's good, bro. That's good. Anything's possible. We're both just regular guys that just happen to start making money online.
Sir.
Literally regular people. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be anything. You can be born in the brokest family in the whole country, and you could decide to just change that life. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be anything. You can just get up and decide to do it one day, and eventually it's gonna work out for you. But yeah, that was a good talk, bro. It was nice meeting you, man.
Appreciate you, Patrick. Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. So where can everybody find you? What are your socials that you're running with right now?
Yeah, if you guys want to find me, check me out. My socials are at Mason Lewis 1.0. That's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Feel free to follow.